Hi everybody, so today I wanted to show you one of my great tips that I use in my kitchen, and that is using a rice cooker. Now, I wish I could say I could make it freestyle on the stove, but I can't no matter how many times I try. So I invested in getting a rice cooker and I had to play around with it, the measurements of the water, the ratios with the rice, but I finally got it to almost perfection, I think. So I don't really follow all the directions that are with the rice cooker. You can play around with yours, but this is what works for me. So I'm gonna do 3 cups of rice. Now this cup is the cup that came with the rice cooker. So 3 cups of rice using the rice cooker's cup. So 1, 2, and 3. Now, another thing that I do is I like to use sea salt or kosher salt. I feel that you use less, but you get more flavor. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I usually use about, for 3 cups, I use about two pinches of salt. Now, sometimes in rice, you'll find these little rocks or discolored rice. There's a huge debate. I know that you're like, what debate? Well, there's a debate about washing your rice or rinsing it before you cook it, or just putting the water in it and cooking it that way. I personally like to just put the water in it. I will show you how I move it around in order to get any debris that don't belong there up and out of my rice. I feel that it leaves the starch in it, and for me it tastes better. But again, this is my opinion, the way I do it. Feel free to do it whatever makes you feel comfortable. So after we put the salt, the next thing I like to do is I like to add about 1 or 2 tablespoons of butter. It gives it a nice mellow flavor. Again, my preference, doesn't have to be yours. So I'm gonna put in about 1, 2. You could put less if you like. It's really however you like it. And then what I also do is, so that the rice doesn't get all sticky in there, I like to put some vegetable oil. I'm only gonna go around 4 times. So that's how it looks like. Now here's the part that I do, and I suggest you do it as well. Remember, when you're in your when your rice is cooking in your rice cooker, you're not opening it and you're not able to move it around. So not every grain is gonna get the oil or get the salt or get the butter if you don't do this step. Now, obviously you should have washed hands. Mine were pre-washed before I started doing this. And you're going to massage the butter and the oil, the salt and the rice together. And you want to make sure that everything is pretty well coated before it goes in to cook. And again, this is so that all the flavor gets diffused throughout the rice and that every single grain tastes the same. No matter if it's on the top or the bottom, on the side, it's all gonna taste the same. So I massage my rice, and then I pour the water. Now in my rice cooker, I don't know if you can see this, but in my rice cooker, there's measurements on the side for the water. Now I put 3 cups of rice, so I'm not gonna put 3 cups of water. I'm literally gonna just put the water a little bit below the 3. And you ask me why I do that? Trust me, I do it because if not, your rice will be super mushy, and nobody likes mushy rice unless that's your thing. Again, I move it around, And this is the part that I check for any debris or rocks or anything that might have gotten into your rice and you don't want to bust your tooth on. Because who wants a root canal after eating rice? Not in my house. Hold on, let's see. And I'm just looking in here because I just want to make sure that all my rice is covered and great. Just checking for any little foreign objects. So here's one little piece of rice that's not looking so hot. And I have learned that the more you kind of caress or touch or massage your food, no matter how funny that sounds, the better your food tastes. And I know that people are like, what? But massaging your food makes things tenderize. It helps things to get seasoned better, like your meat. And you can also tell if, you know, something's not right by putting your hands on it. And a lot of home cooks really use their hands. I know my grandmother, both of my grandmothers, my abuelitas, they all use their hands to cook a lot. And I guess I learned that from them. All right, I think we're good with the debris. Let me see if I So I wanted to show you the rice has beeped, it's ready, and I want to show you how nice and careful steam comes out. Here's another trick that I like to do. I like to move it around a little bit before I serve it so that it's nice and fluffy. See, you can see that it's just really awesome. It's exactly how you want your rice to be. Not too mushy and not too dry. So what I do is I mix it around, and also on the bottom it starts to create something called pegao. I'm going to show you some of the pegao. Pegao is what we like to eat in Puerto Rico, or my culture. That the rice, it's a little crispy on the bottom. Now this rice cooker is great to make pegao as well. So I like to just leave the rice in there for a little bit longer on warm setting and just let it cook and set a little bit. You can serve it, it's ready to go now, but if you want that pegao, leave it in there a little bit on the warm setting and you should get a little bit of a nice crust. Now be careful when you eat the pegao. The pegao can actually crack a tooth, and I'm very, pro nice teeth. So just be careful when you eat it, okay? But those are my secrets for my rice cooker. I hope they help you. If you have any questions, comments, tell me what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Again, you can always add a little bit more water if you like it to be a little bit softer, and that's your preference. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.